In the vast oceanic realm, tales of bravery and survival weave through the waters. This is Kevin McMurray with TrackingSharks.com, and today we bring you an incredible story of courage and skill as we dive into the extraordinary encounter of a Colombian freediver. We find ourselves off San Andreas, where the clear waters of the Nirvana dive site create an ideal training ground for skilled, breath-holding freedivers. Meet Cristian Castano, 38. The renowned freediver is a holder of 25 Colombian freediving records. On July 18th, Cristian and 5 dive buddies swam around 500 meters to a dive marker where freediving training and competitive tournaments are held. The group dropped 2 buoys and split into groups of 3 to train. The first few dives went off with no issues. Around 11:30 a.m., Cristian was about to do another dive when an Oceanic Whitetip shark, curious and determined, approached the group. The shark initially seemed like any other Cristian had encountered before. Then it approached more closely and began biting the buoy.
Once we were there at the surface, he came really close. I had to kick him with my fins. I never had to do that. I've seen many sharks before. I've seen whitetips there before. This one came super close from the very beginning. And then the second time, he already started to try to bite the buoys. And I was pushing him with the buoy, like trying to get in between the line and him so he doesn't get close.
Castano stayed behind the group in hope of keeping the shark away from his friends. He was able to keep the shark at bay by kicking him with his fins.
I think he saw it as an opportunity to eat me. So he started attacking me, coming towards me, and I started kicking him with the fins. And at the beginning, I was able to push him away. He kept coming and going away, until at one point, he passed my fins and he beat me somewhere. I don't know where, because I didn't feel any pain because of the adrenaline.
Cristian saw blood and knew he was injured, but was too focused on keeping the shark at bay to figure out where the wound was.
And then he got more aggressive and more intense because I think he saw he could eat. And then he kept coming even stronger and then keep passing the fins. And then I fought with him, I kept kicking him and punching him with my fists. And I putting my fingers, I was going for the eyes, to try to push him away. So I tried to stab him in the eyes with my fingers. I think I did, so he went away a couple of times.
His dive buddy splashed the water to attract the shark, which came close enough that they had to punch it. Quote, I used that time to swim faster and go away, but I was feeling like I was going to black out. I was swimming backward, keeping my eye on the shark. Every time he came, I put my fins in his mouth. Or if he passes, I punch him and put my fingers in his eyes to try to make him go away. End quote. Cristian believes the fight lasted for 15 minutes, but understandably admits he is unsure of the exact time, as his adrenaline was high. He estimated the group swam around 250 meters, 273 yards, on their way back to shore.
Halfway back to the shore, and I was already beaten, so I was losing a lot of blood to one of my arms, and I was holding my hand so I don't lose. So I was trying to make a tourniquet with my other wrist, stopping the blood from my right arm.
Thankfully, 2 of the divers spotted a boat and were able to flag it down.
And then after they picked me up, they brought me, and they picked everybody up. The boat brought us to the shore, and one of the guys stayed with the boat, and he went and picked up everything, like what was in the ocean, like fins and buoys, and my monofin was there. And they saw that there were 2 sharks at that point, but I only fought one shark. The other one came, I guess, because he saw all the blood and the movement. And I think that I was very lucky because that was when the boat came, it was the moment that the other shark came, and I don't think I would have survived 2 sharks. Like, keep two sharks at the same time on my side and keep them away. And I think, I'm alive because I'm very lucky and I know how to. I was able to hold my breath for a long time while swimming back and watching the shark, because if I lose the sight of him, that would have been a problem, right?
The Good Samaritans picked up the divers and brought them to shore. Unfortunately, the only way to land was up a ladder attached to a rock. Despite multiple injuries that exposed bone on his arms and leg, he was able to climb the ladder. He was taken by taxi to the hospital. At the clinic, he was thankful to hear that no tendons or arteries were damaged in the shark attack.
Really deep wounds. I have deep wounds in both my arms. I could see the bone in both my arms and in my leg as well. Really bad wounds. I didn't think they were going to close it. They said that I was going to need plastic surgery, but they spent the whole afternoon stitching me, and then they managed to close all the wounds, and I'm just now waiting for them to heal.
He is also extremely thankful for his dive buddies, as well as the people on the boat who helped save his life by getting out of the water, and credits the hospital staff with saving one of his arms. The attack won't keep him out of the water, and he offers some advice for others who may encounter a shark.
What I would like for people to know is things that I could have done better, One was not to go away from the group. I think being in a group together was protecting us better. So that was one mistake that if I knew, I wouldn't have done. Just don't stay on your own.
He is correct in that there is power in numbers, and sharks often target solitary prey. Cristian also recommends those in open water carry something to defend themselves against sharks.
To have something to help you defend yourself, just sticks or a spear gun, even without not to shoot the shark, but to keep it at some distance from you when it's attacking, because defending yourself with bare hands, well, then you get all the wounds in the hands, right? Like it happened to me.
The attack has not changed his thoughts on sharks, and he doesn't hold a grudge against the shark either.
So I would like to say that it's not the shark's fault. We are the ones in their territory. We have to be careful with the overfishing. We have to be careful with the hotels and the cruise ships, not to give food of these animals, because they come and then they think they can get the food near the shore, that's why these sharks are getting so close.
Cristian does not want people to fear the ocean and hopes people will be encouraged to join his sport.
And also, invite people to learn freediving, because it was a good skill. I mean, maybe the reason why it happened to me is because I was freediving, but also one of the reasons I survived is because I knew how to freedive. I was able to hold my breath while I kept my eyes on the shark and while I swam away. I knew how to control my breathing as well. I don't know if, in my mind, yes, not to black out, not to pass out from the bleeding. I managed with breathing and trying to keep calm. And these skills definitely I learned from freediving. So an invitation also for people to learn this sport that can be practiced in a really safe way. We were just in a really deep spot.
Give us your thoughts. Would or have you tried freediving? What would you have done if you were in his spot or his buddies? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. You can find more information on shark attack bites at trackingsharks.com. If you like this video, you can support me by giving a super thanks, becoming a member, or at patreon.com/trackingsharks. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/trackingsharks, and join our Facebook group to share your knowledge of sharks. Thanks for watching, and get wet soon.